Hi. Long time no vlog. I guess it hasn't really been that long, but it feels like it's been ages. It's February 1st today, finally. January just feels like it has 60 days at least. Like, what a long month. But here we are. And today, for the first time in several weeks, I woke up and I felt like I had energy and things to give and the capability to do things besides the bare minimum. I don't know if anyone else can relate, but January for me is just, I just always get so down. It's like, historically in my life, it's always a heavy month. I feel having a lot of things to do and being very busy, and then all of a sudden it's just like nothing. That combined with we had some extremely cold weather, and during that week my body just like gave out on me. It was like, we are not doing anything, we cannot move, nothing. So it just felt like impossible to do anything. But I thought that I would kind of take you through my day today. And by the way, hi. If this is the first video you're watching, my name's Katie and I'm a classical flutist in New York City. I thought I would take you through a day of the life of a musician in New York, trying to get out of a rut, trying to get back on track after not really having a practice routine for the past month, that's for sure. I had a concert, so I was just practicing for that, and other than that, not too much in terms of a routine or practicing in a organized fashion. But how is your 2024 going so far? I know I have some students taking college auditions, so if you are taking college auditions, let me know how that's going. It's definitely a busy time of year, audition season, for those applying to school. Yeah, I think for when you're not in that situation, January is just like kind of a dead month. If you are in that process, you are busy. So tell me, how's it going? Also, let me know, do you have any 2024 goals or resolutions, music related or not? I don't have anywhere to go today, actually. I do have to teach a few lessons later online, but I don't have anywhere to be. But I thought, you know, I'm still gonna get ready. That's just something that I've noticed, that if I get ready, I am a lot more productive, and I just feel like more put together, even if I don't have to be anywhere. Freelancer, self-employed struggle is some days you are working from home and you could sit around in your pajamas all day, but that's not great for the mental health in my experience. Some of my 2024 goals that I will share with you. One is to wear less black. I feel like both as a musician and as someone that lives in New York City, I just gravitate towards wearing black all the time, head to toe black. If I'm filming a video, I do try to wear maybe a more colorful top or just something that's not so boring as all black. But in my day-to-day life, I really truly would say I'm wearing black 85–90% of the time. Another is to start posting on Instagram again. That was one of my goals last year. I feel like that's been a goal like every year for the past several years. And I think I posted a total of like, I don't know, 7 or 8 times in 2023. I just miss the time when Instagram was a more fun, I don't know if casual is the word, well maybe back in the very beginning, when it just felt more lighthearted and less like Facebook. Now it just feels like everyone that was on Facebook migrated over there, and the vibe is just different. Do you agree? I'm just trying to get back into the swing of that and just make it fun and lighthearted again. And already I just feel much better. And I have something I'm so excited to share with you. I was sent some jewelry from a company called Ana Luisa. Their stuff I've seen online all the time for the past few years, and I'm always like, oh, I'd love to get my hands on some jewelry from them. And they sent me some pieces, which is just so kind. I'm so excited to open this box and see what they sent me and to share it with you. If you know me, you know I love my jewelry. I have pieces that I always have on, like this necklace. So I love things that I can just leave on and not have to take off and worry about that. And apparently you can get it wet, you can sleep in it. They have a 2-year warranty on their pieces, which is amazing. I don't really know any other super affordable companies that have something like that. So they sent me 4 pieces. Also, I feel like, you know, it's February, it's close to Valentine's Day. Like, you know, don't wait around for someone to buy you jewelry. You gotta go get the jewelry yourself. So the first one that they sent me, these really cute little gold earrings. Super cute. These are great, I think, for like every day. Those are super cute. They feel really sturdy too. Okay, love those. Wow, I feel like a true influencer here. I know, we'll be back to flute content soon, but this is just too fun to pass up. Okay, I love those. I can see myself wearing those day to day. Let's see what else they sent. Look at this beautiful, dainty little heart bracelet. Okay, perfect for Valentine's Day. That is so cute. Oh, I love it. I feel like also just like switching up your routine, whether it's wearing new perfume, putting on some new jewelry, just doing something a little different from your normal day to day, that can just really impact your mood and just give you some pep in your step, which I am needing. Okay, so now we've got these cute little orb type earrings. These are super cute. Another like very perfect piece for day to day. I don't know which one I like more. Love how light they are, super dainty. And the final piece they sent, let's see, heart necklace to match the bracelet. Again, perfect for Valentine's Day. How cute is that? Eee, it's perfect. I love it. Okay. Also, I don't know if this is a flute player thing, but I'm always thinking about like, how is this gonna look when I'm playing my instrument? I'm just like standing in the mirror trying to imagine. But yeah, I'll leave a link down below if you want to check out any of these pieces from Ana Luisa. They have free shipping, so that's great. It's fast shipping if you want to get something by Valentine's Day. Okay, so now that we're dressed and ready, let's go to the flute room and we're gonna clean up before we start practicing. I need to organize some of my sheet music, and I thought I'd show you how I do that because it's a little bit of a mess in there. But yeah, so okay, let's go. This is the current state of things. It's kind of it's a bit of a mess. It's not the worst it's ever been, but it's not the best. And this stuff is just kind of like shoved in here, all this music. So I need to reorganize this. I think eventually I want to put like a gallery wall on this big blank wall here. Maybe some posters, flute related stuff, music related stuff. I don't know, like a fingering chart. That could look kind of cool. But yeah, let me know if you have a music studio. What do you hang on the wall? Do you have any recommendations? Over here I've got some storage. I've got my metronomes, I've got my diplomas, and I've got my dear, 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 dear teacher, Paula Robeson. This is a photo from our last lesson at NEC in 2014. So that was a special moment, and I feel like she's always here looking at me while I'm practicing, listening. Got a random pile of music, a curler. Okay, like what is going on here? And a lot of random things on my desk that should not be here. I feel like also it's a lot easier to practice and just like stay focused if your environment is clean and everything is where it should be. More old photos. This is from my graduation recital at NEC. Jeremias and me playing Schubert back in 2014. We were just babies. And then this one is not an old one, but I was trying to find a place to frame it. But this is from our wedding, performing at our wedding. So isn't that sweet? 2014 to 2013. Mini flute for my American Girl doll. I love keeping this in my office. It just, I don't know, it reminds me not to take things too seriously, and just about also little Katie, how she thought this was so freaking cool. And I don't know, just something from childhood. Keep things playful. Okay, so now that everything is cleaned up in here, we can go through this pile of music and put it away. I've organized things by categories. It's been like this for many years now. I just have excerpts, flute and piano, etudes and technique, more flute and piano, more flute and piano. I think this is also flute and piano. Sonatas, then solfege and piano music, and then concerti and chamber music. So it's worked out pretty well, except for when I don't put things back. Also, I keep acquiring more music and running out of some spots for that. This is something that I got recently. They are arias arranged for 2 flutes and piano, so famous opera melodies. And I thought these could be fun actually to play with Jeremias on violin. We've got our Nutcracker studies from Vlogmas, Spanish dances arranged for flute and piano. This is where it becomes difficult because there's so many things that I have for flute and piano, and I'm running out of space here. And then here are some pieces that Daniel Dorff sent to me, which is amazing, so kind of him. He heard my performance or recording of It Came Upon the Midnight Clear that I put up, and these are some pieces he thought I might be interested in, so really, really kind of him to send these. This is a piece that I actually did want to start working on, so this is awesome that I have a copy of this now. It is 5 inspirations from Walt Whitman, so little pieces that are based off of Walt Whitman poems. Then we've got random things that have fallen out of other things. This is, I think, my first copy of the French music, flute music by French composers. I always want to say French music by flute composers. You can see there's a lot of markings in here in the chaminade that I must have been having trouble counting this spot. One copy, another copy. I really do like playing from digital music, and it's the convenience of it is like unmatched, but there's something that's just so nostalgic, or just, I don't know, I love seeing my old parts and seeing my old markings in it, and there's, I don't know, there's just something about it. This is my original, I have a few copies of this, but the original copy of my 24 short concert pieces. Oh, this could make me tear up just looking at it. It has a lot of markings from my first teacher, Robin. If you watched my video reacting to my first flute solo, I think it's called, this is the book that I'm playing out of. And this is actually something that I think I want to hang and put in my flute space on my gallery wall. My first flute solo, Hungarian Serenade, a ton of markings courtesy of my teacher Robin. She really went crazy with the highlighter, and I just have so many memories of playing this piece, and I remember thinking how difficult it was, and it's just, you know, it's really special to look back and have this memory here. And that's something that maybe if you just, you know, use the digital music, you don't necessarily have that tangible thing to hold on to. Then we've got one copy of the Trevor Y and another copy of the Trevor Y. This is also something that I use in my practice and using with my students. Some of them have this edition, some of them have other edition. We've got Mozart Concerto. This is another like memory. This one has drawings from Paula, my flute teacher. She made like his feet dancing here. Da, 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 da. Dreaming about ice cream. The ice cream is there. I don't know, I just love it. Reminds me of her to see all those. Then another new book. This was sent to me by the one and only Mark Sparks, which is just so kind. But this is his new book, Resonance, Warming Up with Great Melodies. And I have, I think, almost all of his orchestral excerpt books. They are just incredible. So I'm so excited to have this added to my collection. Lots of great melodies, but they're in many different keys. So I think this is great. Let's go to the piano. The Jasmine Choi 17 Daily Exercises Taffin & Gobert edition. This is really interesting to see what she says about each exercise. So I've enjoyed looking at this. Could be good to get back into the basics with that. Yay, so everything is in its little filing folder. Let's put them back up, and then I have to teach. And then after that, we'll start some practice plan and routine. I promise we're gonna play in this video. Okay, teaching is done, and let's do a little practice planning. So I've got a document open. I do this a lot for my students. I make practice plans for them, whether they're just getting back into things after not having a practice routine for a long time, or they want a new approach to a practice routine. I think it's helpful to kind of just see things written out in front of you. So I'm gonna do the same thing for myself. And I also like to divide things up the same way that I do with my students into triple T, which is what Marina Piccinini would call it. So you've got your toned studies, your tonguing, and your technique. For tone, I really always just find myself, of course, coming back to the classic Moyes long tones. You know, moving chromatically from the De La Sonorité book, and doing them first with no vibrato, then with vibrato, and then also doing them the way that I would do them with my teacher, Mr. Landron at Juilliard, first forte and then piano. So that's just like, you know, very basic tone study. And then I think also incorporating maybe the harmonic studies that I like to do. Also, another thing to think about is making a plan that is doable. There are so many exercises out there, and especially if you're like me and you just love to keep buying new books, because there are always new things coming out and it's interesting to see what there is. But just sometimes you have to go back to the basics and just kind of strip it away and do what you know works, especially when you're trying to kind of get out of a rut and just make a plan. Then also, I always have to do without fail the low register exercises from the Trevor Y. Those just, they get my tone in shape like no other.
And then also, if I have time, doing the middle and the high register exercises, a few from those. So I think that's good for tone for right now. I also love to first play a melody, whether it's one of the melodies from the Moyes, the tone development through interpretation, or maybe something from this new Mark Sparks book, or maybe just, you know, something that I have stuck in my head. Just playing a melody, get things moving. Then let's think technique. So technique in this case meaning finger technique. I'd say, you know, I really want to get back into doing just my basic 3-octave scales. Maybe also Taffenengelbeer number 4. The 3-octave scales, at this point, it doesn't take me very long to do them. I think if you're just starting out, that's maybe plenty. You don't have to add lots of variations on the scales. So 3-octave scales, that's all the majors and harmonic minors. Maybe also these rapid scales. It's another thing that I did with my teacher at Juilliard. If we want to get fancy, we can add some high register exercises, but I think for right now, let's just leave it at that for scales, and then a chromatic scale. Maybe just, you know, 3-octave chromatic scale. I also like to break them down into smaller chunks. I find that to be really helpful, like maybe breaking it down into fifths, and then changing the rhythm, alternating between triplets and then just basic 16ths. That's really useful too. And then also my trill exercise from Trevor Y. Tonguing. There's so many things we can do for tonguing. I think, you know, there's just the very basic exercise that I like to do, and I hand out to my students a lot, just practicing on the ta and the ka, and then alternating between, or the da and the ga, however you think of it. I always find myself coming back also to the Trevor Y exercises for tonguing. I would love to incorporate the Anderson exercise 9A and 9B, Etude 9A and 9B. Those ones are really great for tonguing. These are just the Bach C major, Mendelssohn. I think that should be good for that. Okay, so this is a pretty good little basic plan here. Let's see. And then I think trying to get back to my etudes. The ones that I was working on right now, the Kummer etudes, since I'm working on recording those for you guys. I have to edit one of those today. But right now I need to record number 3, so let's work on number 3. Then for rep, there's several things that I need to be working on right now because I have concert coming up. The Valerie Coleman, the Danza della Mariposa. We've got Vivaldi, the La Notte Concerto, which we played back in December, but we're bringing that back. Then we've got the Bach, just the Badineri from the B minor suite, Ginastera, the Impresiones de la Puna, de Vienne. There's a lot of things on this program. This is the duo for flute and viola. So this is really important to be working on, but these things are gonna help me with this. Really important to think about. And yeah, but this looks great. So it seems doable. I think another important thing to think about too, if you're making yourself a practice plan, like making different options. Like you have your option of, this is the ideal version where if I had all the time in the world, I'm going to do all these things, but then also being able to pick and choose if you don't have all the time. Like maybe I don't have enough time to do all of these things in my technique studies, so I just do the 3-octave scales, or I just do Taffenengelbeer number 4. But I think making it manageable and approachable and not something that's gonna be completely impossible, it's so important. Okay, good. So we've got our February practice routine, and now let's actually get the flute out and practice. of late, so I think I'm gonna go grab dinner, and then I am going to come back and do a bit of work editing videos, and I have to do some work planning some posts for a few social media pages that I run for a music festival and a youth orchestra. And yeah, it's almost the end of the day. It's almost time to put my pajamas on. Hermes is playing a concert at Carnegie right now. The Met Orchestra is playing Mahler 5. I couldn't get a ticket. There were no more tickets left. We waited too long. So yeah, it's been kind of a typical day off. It's not really a day off. A day where I don't have any performances or rehearsals or outside things. It's been one of those typical days. So teaching, practicing, editing, filming. We can kind of see there's a lot of different things that go into a freelance career. Lots of different parts. Every day is different though, which I really appreciate, which is really cool.
So all in all, I think it was a pretty good day today. Did I practice everything on my list? No. But did I make a list and make a plan? Yes. I already feel a lot more positive just having that plan in place and just having a more tidy and organized space to practice in and just getting all my music put away. And now I'm gonna get ready for bed. Hermes just finished his concert at Carnegie, so he should be on his way home. Still loving these earrings. Don't forget you can shop all of this jewelry by clicking the link in the description. And once again, huge thanks to Ana Luisa for sending me these pieces. Let me know in the comments, what do you do when you are trying to get out of a rut or a funk, especially in regards to practicing. I just love seeing when you all are so supportive of each other and our little community that we've built. It's just really, really cool to see. In my undergrad, I used to be a huge nighttime practicer. Like I would stay up super late to practice, but then I would also get up really early to practice too. I guess I was just practicing a lot at that stage of my life. Now, I don't know, I would love to create more of a morning practice routine for myself. It just seems like it makes more sense. Trying to go to bed earlier in general, and I know I feel better overall if I get my practicing done in the morning. So that's one of my 2023 goals, another one of them, to try to get my practicing done earlier in the day. But yeah, let me know, are you a night owl practicer or are you early bird? Thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my future videos coming up. I've got vlogs and non-vlogs, a mixture of everything. I hope to see you here soon. So, talk soon. Bye.